It has now become very clear that Baba Afe Babalola is using the same tactics that he's been accused of using in the first place. In Dele Farotimi's book, this man has been accused of bribing his way, into winning court judgment. He has been accused of being the one who, in fact, introduced these judges to this system. And up till now, that is the system. Bags of money, dollars, hard cash are being given to these judges just for them to be able to, sway judgment in favor of a person who is favoring them, or of a person who can, give them the most money. You guys remember during Buhari's regime how the first thing Buhari did was to raid the houses of all of these judges, and what did we discover? Hard currency, dollars, euros, pounds, different hard currency that were in Ghana must go were discovered in the houses of these judges. And Afe Babalola is arguing that that is not true. It is not true. How did they come about those hard currency? Who gave it to them? Is it not lawyers? Is it not their clients? You all. But anyway, before we delve right into the details of today's news, if this is your first time here or you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and subscribe, like this video. Also leave your opinions in the comment section as well. Why Dele Farotimi cannot be released from prison despite receiving bail? Human rights lawyer Dele Farotimi will remain in detention even though he was granted bail by both the Federal High Court and the Magistrate Court. Farotimi was given bail by Justice Babs O. Kuwemi of the Federal High Court in Ekiti on December 9, 2024, after facing charges related to cybercrime. The judge set certain conditions for his release, including the need for sureties to permit proper documents for verification. However, the process of confirming these documents took longer than expected, and as a result, Farotimi has not yet been released from custody. In addition to the Federal High Court's ruling, the Magistrate Court in Ado-Ekiti also granted Farotimi bail on December 20, 2024, in connection with a separate case involving defamation charges. However, this ruling was also delayed due to issues with the court procedures. After the magistrate, Abayomi Adeosun, made the decision to grant bail, he left without completing the final steps necessary for Farotimi's release, further prolonging his time in jail. I have said this time and time again. I'm going to say it again. What I believe is happening is that Afe Babalola, in his mind, he knows that this case might not go far. So what he's trying to do is, I am going to make this young man suffer. I am going to make sure that, he gets as much prison time as possible. I'm going to make sure that he suffers in jail. Even if he is able to fulfill the bail conditions, I am going to make sure that, he gets as much jail time as possible. This is, the thought process of Baba Afe, which is now showing. They play, I mean, no play. This is what we are seeing in action because, number one, at the last court session, the judge was reported to have received a phone call. I had to stand up, telling them that he forgot his court note at home. Who does that? Please tell me, who does that? The note you need to be able to make the right judgment, you left it at home. How are we sure that you can even make the right call when it comes down to it? He used that as an excuse to leave. I'm very sure that he left solely because of a phone call and not because of a note that he allegedly said he left at home. That aside, now we are hearing that despite the fact that the bail conditions have been met, this judge left without completing the final steps necessary for Farotimi's release. So in other words, Farotimi will spend Christmas in prison. Farotimi will still remain in prison because these people who are working together with Afe Babalola decided not to complete the final bail process that is necessary to be completed for him to be released. They have, jointly decided that Farotimi is going to stay as long as possible in prison. You can imagine that. And you are fighting that what is said is not true. Is it not showing? We can all see that it is evidently true. We can all see. It dey show. Abi no dey show. It dey show. Moving on, these delays come at a time when Farotimi is facing multiple legal challenges. He is accused of defaming prominent lawyer Fe Babalola and is being tried in 2 separate courts. Despite the bail orders from both courts, the administrative issues and slow court processes are preventing him from leaving detention. The delays in processing Farotimi's bail have left many questioning how the system can be improved to prevent unnecessary prolongation of detention for individuals who have been granted bail by the courts. As it stands, Farotimi will remain behind bars until the paperwork and court procedures are fully completed. His legal team, along with various groups supporting him, are working to ensure that his bail is processed without further delay, but it remains uncertain whether he will be released from detention. You see what we are talking about? You see the kind of very corrupt judicial system that we have. How do you prolong someone's stay in jail just because the judge left before he left without even completing it? And I know that it was on purpose. It's not as if he had something urgent to go and do. Nothing of that sort. Nigeria, my country. Before we go, let's take a look at a few reactions we got online. Olu Agbeni says, only a cursed, miserable, bewitched slave will condemn Dele Farotimi, Davido, Kemi Badenoch. But funny enough, we have so many monkeys and baboons condemning Dele Farotimi, Davido, and Kemi Badenoch for speaking the truth about slavery, corruption, looting, nepotism, and rotten judicial system. John says, please, what is the difference from what Farotimi wrote in his book and what is happening now in the judicial system? Only God will save Nigeria. Exactly what I said. It dey show, Abi no dey show. It dey show now. This is exactly what Farotimi wrote in his book. This is exactly what we have been talking about the Nigerian judicial system, the corruption, the decaying system in the judicial system. This is all we've been talking about, and it's now showing. It's showing. How can a judge leave before completing the bail process, the necessary steps that he should complete before leaving? He did that purposely because of the instruction that have been given to him. This is why Baba Fe Babalola in the first place wanted the case to be in Ekiti, because he knows that is his territory. That is his territory. You all, let's have your total opinions in the comments section. Let me know what you all think about this. Subscribe to this channel, like. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.